Knowsy Neighbors fans, it's Jessica Carden with Murdock Manwaring Company, a real estate group at Keller Williams Realty East Idaho, your Knowsy Neighbors. Thanks for joining us today. We have got a really cool, innovative, I've never seen this before. It's really awesome. We have our visiting with Tote Set Go, which is all about environmentally friendly, non-throwaway moving boxes. So totes. So we're going to find all about how that works, what are the costs, and how does it work. By the way, if you love local businesses like this one, please like and follow our Knowsy Neighbors page. Go back and check out some of the videos and frequent those businesses. These are our friends and our neighbors, and we'd love to make sure their businesses are successful. And speaking of our local area, if you love real estate like we do as a real estate team, head over to the Murdock Manwaring Company page and check it out. We've just posted out our stats. Man, what a crazy change in the market we've had in the past couple months. If you're feeling worried or nervous, or you think things are going to crash, or you're wondering how it's going to go check out some of our market update videos. And if you'd like to get those in your email each month, head over to www.mmcidaho.com and you can sign up for our newsletter at the top. All right, let's get started with this. We have got Mackenzie McClelland, the Scottish princess, ready to go with Tote Set Go. Mackenzie, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm great, thanks. Okay, so let's start this out. I'm going to share our screen as we do this right here so that people can kind of get an idea as we talk. Tell us, what is Tote Set Go?
Well, it is a family-owned business where we make moving easier. We want people to save money and time and use our totes to move instead of cardboard boxes. So we drop the totes off, they pack, and when they move to their new home and they're unpacked, we pick up the totes. So we make it pretty easy on them.
Oh, my word. I am not going to lie. The idea that you don't have to throw the boxes away afterwards, you don't have to get rid of them, they show up and then they're gone, sounds amazeballs. So yeah, let's talk a little more about that after we find out, who do you service? Who can come and use this service? Where do you go?
Okay. Gosh, we go all the way from Island Park to Pocatello. I mean, everywhere in between: Rigby, Shelley, Blackfoot, Idaho Falls, Rexburg. Yeah, pretty much anywhere in between those spaces. And I mean, if you're moving and coming back and you're a little bit further away, but you can bring the totes back, then you're welcome to use them as well, even if it's outside of Pocatello.
So if you guys will pick them up all the way to Pocatello, but if somebody wanted to use them, they could haul them on back. Yeah. And drop them off. Let's say if they're moving to Utah or Boise.
Yeah.
Okay. Exactly. As long as you bring them back. Okay. That makes perfect sense.
Bring them back. I mean, if you want to pay a ton of gas money, I mean, gas prices right now, we could drive to Utah and pick them up for you, but I don't. I just think
that you actually might answer my next question. What if we were willing to pay for you to come down and pick them up from Boise?
We would definitely do that. We would definitely do that.
Just a different additional charge.
Yes.
Makes sense. So before we go any further with all these questions, if they want to use the service, ask questions, find out more, what do they do? Do they call? Do they go online? How does it work?
Yeah, we have so many options. We are on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we have, a Google page. The quickest way to reach us is, by our phone number. And you'll see that on the webpage. It's like the first thing right there. Yep. 253-508-4542. And
there it is.
But if they don't want to call, if they just, they just want to message us, then it's simple. They can message us from our website, or they can message us from Instagram. Yeah, exactly. Right there in the corner.
Perfect. So you guys have a little chat bot. You've got, What about Facebook Messenger?
Yeah, you message us on there. It comes right to my phone. We get it pretty quick and we're pretty responsive. Even sometimes, if it's outside of the normal business hours, if we get that message, we're going to respond as fast as we can.
I love that. I don't have Instagram pulled up right there. Maybe I'll just pull up Well, I'm going to go right on video and pull up Instagram. They're like, what has she got on her Instagram? Just kidding. I won't show that. So on that. Okay. So calling you is the best time, but you can drop us a line, go on the, it looks like here. So we've got, what is the website here? Give us the website name.
So it's totesetgo.godaddysites.com. It's kind of a mouthful right there. But yeah, if you go there, it tells you everything about us, not just the company Tote Set Go, but about, the owners and the people who run it. And then it tells you what we do, how we save you time and money, what the prices are. And if you have questions, the best part is the bottom of the page. It's the Q&A. A lot of people ask, how big are the totes?
Right there.
What if I have fragile items or something like this? And I think we answer most of those questions. And if there's a question that we don't answer there, then you can always contact us and we will answer that question.
Well, we don't even need to do this video anymore because these are all the questions that I was looking for. So we start at the top. So a rent less than a week, is that the standard time is a week? Because that's probably packing, right? You got to pack and move. That makes sense.
Right. Most people get it on a weekend. They pack up that weekend and then they move the next week and they're done unpacking probably by that next Saturday. And so it's like, all right, we can pick it up. But, every once in a while people move in on a Wednesday and, picked up on a Wednesday, or they say, I only need the totes for 3 days. What's the price for that? So we basically prorate it. If it's $85 for a week, we just take the days and we subtract what they're not using and they get a really good deal. So
makes sense. I like how you guys have broken it down, about 35 totes if you're in an apartment, small home, large home. I love that. So let's talk about these prices. So one of the things I thought about first is this going to be more expensive than if I get boxes?
So if you're doing it for a week, no, we've done the math and we tried to make it way more affordable than boxes. If you go online or you go into Home Depot or Lowe's or any, local tool store, you're going to spend more than $1 on each box. And you need a lot of boxes. And those boxes are not always the same size as our totes. Sometimes they're small boxes. And so you buy 35 small boxes and you spend about, I think it was like $117, maybe $120 for that. And you can move with that, but if you use our totes and you use them for less than a week or you use them for a week, you're spending 85 instead of 120. And they are solid, sturdy. You can stack them. You don't have to tape them, all that good stuff.
Now you're leaning to the next thing is number one, boxes. I hate taping boxes. So these totes, I'm going to look for the picture I think I saw up here maybe. Tell us what the totes are like. So you don't have to do any tape. You don't have to do any of that.
No tape. You don't even have to have like a separate lid. The lids are built in. They're just the fold over flaps. So it's awesome because they're these.
Can you stack them with those lids?
Yes.
They're sturdy enough. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. They're solid. When we go to, you can see them stacked in that picture, but when the lids are closed, people can just stack them in a moving truck and they don't move. They just stack right into the lid. It's kind of like just a little inlet and it just stacks so nicely. So
this is like dream come true boxing.
Yeah.
So smart. Who came up with this idea? As I look at these little faces down here, tell us who these guys are, number one.
So we've got my brother, Tucker, who is the other co-owner of this company. And then my sisters, they wanted to be a part of it as well. So we've got my sister, Bailey, who is in Wisconsin, actually. And then my sister, Miranda, who is in Rexburg. And my sister, Miranda, moved from a townhome to a very large home that they had built. And she used totes. And I thought, oh, that's a great idea. And forgot about it for a while. And then a couple months later, we all started talking and thought, wait a second. I don't think we have something like that here. And we have never heard of it. Let's open this. Let's open a business that does this. And it took us forever to come up with a name. But once we did, we jumped on it. And so we were excited. We were excited to do something as a family and something, a local small business.
Well, you are a brave soul because I work with family. We know how that goes. There's 4 siblings. If my 4 siblings worked together, there would be blood on the streets. So you guys must be a kinder, gentler folk than the Need family is. But so in this idea, how did you guys come up with this? I'm going to scroll through a little bit on here as we look. How did you come up with this whole idea?
I think we just wanted to make moving easier. We've all moved a couple times, even sometimes like down the street. And it was always boxes. It was always, okay, I've got to find boxes. And I mean, I'll admit I'm pretty cheap. I don't want to spend a fortune on boxes. And so a lot of times I would ask friends, do you have boxes? Or I'd go and I'd buy a couple, but then I always had to buy tape and then I had to tape them. It was annoying. And I don't know if you've ever done banker boxes, setting those things
with the setup and then the lids and that.
Yes. They're not fun. And then they're heavy. And oftentimes if you like stack a box of books, they rip. Or if you set something heavy on top of a lighter box, the box bends and folds in and, breaks. And with these totes, it's awesome. Like you can put 5 huge books or whatever, you put 50 in one and set it on top of something with china in it and it wouldn't break it and it wouldn't fall over. And so anyways, I think it just came from all of us moving across the country, down the street, wherever we were done using boxes. And this was just a good idea that we had seen used before. And we were like, let's do it. Let's bring it to Idaho Falls. Let's bring it to Eastern Idaho.
So are they not heavy? I'm glad you brought that up because I thought about that. It seems like, well, I just have to be prepared for them to be heavier than normal cardboard boxes.
Right. No, I'm glad you asked that because they're not too heavy because they're a little bit smaller. They're about 25 and a half inches long by 15, and they're only a foot deep. So you can pack quite a bit of stuff in them, but they're not going to be so much that you can't physically pick it up and walk it out. And the best part is when you rent totes from us, we throw in a really nice dolly to use for free. So you don't even have to we say, don't break your back, like use the dolly, take it to the trailer or whatever you're using to move, because we want it to be literally as smooth and easy as possible. So yeah.
I think it's fantastic. I think it's awesome. It's just a really good concept. And it seems very environmentally friendly.
Yes, you don't have to go find boxes. You don't have to get rid of boxes. You don't find boxes on the street or blowing in the wind out of the trash cans, things like that, because we can just use these over and over and over again. That's how solid they are. And you don't have to use all the messy paper and stuff like that.
It's such a great idea. Such a great idea. So how available is it? Where you guys are at now? How long could they call now and have boxes for this weekend?
Yes, they could. We always try to have them in stock in the trailer, ready to go. Like last week we had, I think 3 people who, were using them at the same time, but we have a lot of totes. And so even with 3 people using one was moving from an apartment, one was moving from a home, and one was just a small, they took them to go camping. That's what they wanted them for. They wanted them for 3 to go camping. I know, kind of random, but it was awesome. Yeah. We got that call and they're like, hey, we need 8 totes for 3 days. And it was like, okay, yes, we're here for you, whatever you need. And so we just love that we have that availability and they can call. The only day we're closed is Sunday, but Monday through Saturday, they can call and we try to be as flexible as possible. I had somebody, I think, message me on a Friday morning and say, can you be here at 10 a.m. and drop totes to me? And it was like, okay, we have the totes and yes, I can. And, we made it work. And so we try to do the best for our customers and get them in as soon as they need it, because they got their house sold and they wanted to get out of that house and into their new home.
Well, if you're getting prepared to move and you just find out about this, like you're watching this video right now, you're there and people are like, I am moving tomorrow. I'm going to call them today. That's awesome that it's available. So even if it's in Pocatello, you guys still try to get that accommodated that they could be same day, or what's the general time? What's the best practices?
I think that most of the time when people call, the promise is we can have this to you in 24 hours. If gotcha. We can, I would if somebody calls from Pocatello and says, I need this today, then I'm going to look at my schedule and go, okay, we're going to try to make this work. And sometimes it might take an hour. Sometimes it might be, okay, we can be to you in 4 hours, depending, but we try to make that possible. But our number one goal is within 24 hours, we will have the number of totes you need to your house. And so you can get going. Cause I know people are just ready when they want to move, they want to start packing. They want to get everything in boxes and be ready to go.
What if they need it for longer than a week?
That's a great question. So we've had somebody ask, this is somebody who's moving businesses. So we've had businesses that we've reached out to. They're moving offices. They get a new office. They're excited to move. And they say, I don't want boxes. But they also call us. When they call us, they tell us, but I might not be moved in for a month. We just do an extra week. So if they need, let's say 50 totes, so $160, but they don't need it for a week. They need it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month or more. We just add $40 for each extra week they do. And sometimes they're like, oh, I don't need 50 totes. I think I need 55. We just throw in the 5 because we know, things are crazy. They're getting moved into a new place and we just want it to work for them. So even though it ends up being a little bit more that way, with not using boxes, they know their stuff is protected from different things. Like their boxes are not going to collapse while they're sitting in storage. They're not going to break.
Are they waterproof?
They're not waterproof. I mean, on the bottom, yes, water will not come in through the bottom. So if it was sitting on the floor and water came in, it wouldn't affect the tote. But I can't promise that if water got on the top of them, that they wouldn't, get a little bit wet. So
makes sense.
But I like the fact that if they were on the floor, if anything, leaked in, it's not a box. So if you had special things or heirlooms or anything like that, they wouldn't get sopping wet.
Yeah, I love that. Oh man, what a very, very cool business. Very, very cool business. You guys are awesome. Okay, one more time. Number one, did we miss anything? Anything that people should know that we didn't talk about?
Gosh, I think I said it once, but I just, we want to save you time and money. We don't want you to have to go out and buy all those products. We will drop these totes off to your house and you don't have to worry about dropping them back off to us. We will come get them. So we just want you to have the easiest move, the smoothest move possible.
Smooth move. I like it. I like it very, very much. Okay. So one more time, they can find you on Facebook, Instagram, and then Tote Set Go. GoDaddySites.com. But what's great is on your Facebook, it's right there, you guys.
Right.
Anybody wants to do it? It's right there. Super easy to find. And the email is right down there. What an easy way to do it. I love it. Fantastic. Mackenzie, thank you so much. All right, let's check it out, you guys. I think this is an amazing, of course, I'm in real estate, so I think this is the most amazing thing ever because there's nothing worse than moving in boxes and finding boxes and throwing boxes away. And so I think it's awesome. And I'm kind of tape inept. I don't know why tape seems to be my arch nemesis. So this really does serve a lot of really good purposes for me. That's awesome. All right. Thank you, Mackenzie. We're excited. You guys check it out. Everything online. Find the links below. Talk to them about it. Try this out. Tell your friends. Share this video. Really, really cool. Thanks, Mackenzie, for all the information.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's going to be amazing. All right. This has been Jessica Carden with Murdock Manwaring Company at Real Estate Group at Keller Williams Realty East Idaho. Your nosy neighbors, keeping you in the know.
The Knowsy Neighbors, keeping you in the know.
The Knowsy Neighbors, keeping you in the know.
Knowsy Neighbors, keeping you in the know.
The Knowsy Neighbors, keeping you in the know.
Nosy Neighbors, keeping you in the know.
So the Nosy Neighbors keeping you in the know.
The Nosy Neighbors are going to keep you in the know.